What's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday, and it's patch 12.15.
Yeah, it is. It's a small patch. I just wanted to hype you guys up, make you think it was big, but it's rather small.
Yeah, like we were saying a lot that, moving into playoffs and then into Worlds are going to be a lot smaller patches, so
Right.
we got a nice little guy here. And yeah, I mean, I guess let's go over the poll from last week and the Q&A, and we can jump right into it. So
Let's do it. Let's
Our-
do it.
question from episode 80 was, what was your best season and best champion that season? Traplord Willdog wrote in and said, only started playing this season, but I found my best champion to be Kog'Maw. If I win lane, I can usually hyper carry my team because of the elo I'm in. I can't remember when it was. Was it who was we were just talking about Kog'Maw Lulu in general? Like, if you have some sort of enchanter that can just shield you, and Lulu's just the double, like Lulu shields, attack speed, steroids, and the fucking ulti, just you're not gonna die.
No,
And
it's kind of busted.
Kog'Maw late game is just insane.
Yeah, he's disgusting if you can play half decently. If you can't play half decently, then you're not gonna have a good time.
I mean, even if you can't play, if you can't play decently, you literally can build like 2 offensive items and then build full tank. And
This is also true,
just
which is disgusting.
yeah, like just throw like a Randuin's on yourself or something, and fuck. If you have like I don't even think you need a fucking mythic for Kog'Maw.
Not really.
I mean,
yes, it helps. Like Kraken Slayer obviously helps because of the attack speed, or Shield Bow helps because of the shield. But like, plenty of Kog'Maw's rush, like Nashor's Tooth or Wit's End or whatever. Like it's pretty easy. You could pretty much build whatever item you want to start.
all I ever see
kinda
people
gross.
is just do Ginsu's or Hurricane, and that's it.
Right. This is true.
Just spitting on people. So, Matt, thank you, or Willie,
Yes.
excuse me, Willie, thank you.
Yes, I love the name Traplord Willdog. It's so good. Like, it's just fun to say. Calientes. Calientes started in season 10, played placements, sucked, finished low bronze. Last season main Caitlyn and finished silver 4, but hated squishy ADC life. Last season's ADC life fucking sucked, dude. I can't argue with you. It's a lot better this season. This season spamming Garen and currently bronze 1. You'll get there, Calientes, my friend, as long as you learn how to manipulate that wave. Honestly, like I say this probably like every other episode, but Garen really teaches you wave management skills, and he can teach you even in other lanes on how you manage your wave to take trades and really take no damage while pumping massive damage. If you can work on that, and there's a lot of really good YouTube videos on how to manage a wave and when you should be doing what. Honestly, if you spent 30 minutes watching a video, you're not going to remember all of it, but the parts you're going to remember, you can start putting into practice, and then the parts you didn't remember, just go back to. You're playing the perfect champion for that kind of thing, dude. Because he can clear waves. He doesn't have to clear a wave fast. He can damage. He's tanky. Like, he's kind of got a little bit of everything.
Garen is also one of those champions that you can just build full offensive and he's still tanky as shit.
Right. That's also what helps.
Like, you can just go like good old crit Garen, just spinning and critting people, and
It's fucking disgusting, dude.
it's dumb.
Sometimes I just think to myself, man, fuck Garen.
All right, Calientes, thank you. And finally, we have Mayo, who wrote in and said, I was Silver 3, Season 4. Oh, we have an OG here, same as us. With 2-2 on Teemo, so we only played 4 games.
Okay.
I respect it. I took a break from the game here and there, but trying to climb at the moment. My most played season on ranked was 4, and Tarek was my best champion.
Okay.
Was he wrote in? Was he writing in about Garen or Tarek? Excuse me. It was on a previous episode. He was talking about how broken
Yes, I think so.
Tarek was, and yeah. When we were talking about, where is it? I'm trying to go back. I know it was you because we were talking about the Neela.
This is 12-14. Yeah. 12-14. It was Mayo. So episode 77. Still talking about healing with Neela and Tarek, which, by the way, is a disgusting fucking lane if you could pull it off. The one thing I've learned about Neela over this past week is that she's highly susceptible to poke lanes, but she can play well into them. She just doesn't have that hyper carry potential, even though she's strong. The hyper carry thing is just like not good for her, and she's very easy to blow up. So bear that in mind when you're playing that champion.
Thank you guys for writing in. And finally,
Yes.
our poll was, are you attending Worlds this year in North America? 29% said yes, 14% said no, 57% not sure yet. And I think was this on Monday's episode? No, it had to not have been, because I don't think we remember talking about it. But there's a lot of people, because one, obviously tickets aren't on sale yet, and two, a lot of people are probably just waiting to see what teams are going to
Right.
be playing.
Yes, I agree.
I speaking for Tyler and myself, I think we're just going regardless because we just want to see good League of Legends like in person. If anybody's never been to a League event, we're lucky enough to be living in California that we've made trips down there every now and then to go see it in person. It's it's incredible. It's amazing.
It's fucking sick, and I think that like if you guys haven't been to an event, you have to.
Plus, you don't know the next time Worlds is going to be in NA.
Right. This is true.
We went 6 years ago, and that was only for group stage, and that was fucking fun. They have a lot of shit going on there. We're going for the finals, so you know it's about to be nuts.
Yes. It's gonna be fucking crazy, dude. I'm stoked for it though. I'm here for it. I'm ready. My body is ready.
You got anything on LCS? Just CLG is apparently going to be the first seed.
Dude, CLG is like out of the woodwork. Palafox looks fucking tastic. I love seeing it, and I mean I don't really have anything else. Golden Guardians just taking a shit, made a couple bad decisions. I don't think that getting River was their best decision. I thought Pride Soccer was fine, but now they don't know what the fuck to do or how to play the game with what they have. And then also them giving up Chime to TSM was clearly a mistake, as he beat the shit out of them with the flanking Bard. Yeah, I don't have too much on LCS. I mean, things are kind of rounding out what you'd expect. EG's towards the top, 100 Thieves towards the top, and TL towards the top. Actually, I think TL technically has the top because they beat EG this past weekend.
No, TL's tied third.
Are they?
They're tied with CLG.
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
they went for like 5 weeks. They were going 1-1.
1-1, right? They finally hit the 2-0 with the fake mustaches.
Dude, did you happen to see any of the games?
I watched Sunday's games on the rebroadcast on Monday.
Whippo's set.
Yeah, dude, that fucking top dive. How?
Okay, the top dive, and then the next play. The next play was a 2v1, and he was like 1 HP, got the fucking W shield off, and then healed for like 500 HP with his fucking gore drinker heal.
Yeah, I was like, dude, if I'm EG, I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah, what happened to Impact that game?
He got impacted.
I don't think he was ready for the set.
You know what? That could be it too. I think we've talked a lot about kind of what they've been doing, or I've heard a lot of talk about what they've been doing this year in the season or this split, and a lot of it is kind of them coasting through. And I think that they need to have a couple tough games to figure out, like, you can't just coast through everything, right? Like, we know you're not gonna be able to coast through everything and do well, so they needed a few games to try to build out their team, if that makes sense. You build out, like, okay, who are we? What's our identity? What does it look like when we lose? What do we look like? How do we feel about it? You know, and I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, and then I would be very surprised if they if they don't go to Worlds.
Same.
100 Thieves is crushing too. Like, they're coming back.
Yeah.
Closer is a fucking monster. That dude's so good at jungling.
He's fucking gnarly good, dude. I like watching him. I actually love watching him. It's so
when
fun.
they I think it was Saturday, they had him on the cast with Kobe. I think they had him with Kobe and Flowers, and he's very insightful.
Yes.
He speaks very good English too. I think he's Turkish, right? He speaks...
I believe so.
Yeah, he's really insightful, has good English, and it was fun to listen to. And then Cloud9 is starting to take a shit. I think they went 0-2. I don't know what's going on with them. They talk about a team that needs to figure out what the fuck they want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't have a clue. I don't know how else to put it. They don't have a fucking clue.
All this shit could change when it comes to like
Right.
best of threes or best of fives.
Right.
So I'm excited for that. We got one more weekend, super week, 3 days of league this weekend,
Yep.
and then playoffs start. So that's it for LCS. Let's take a break and then we'll jump into 12.15.
Yes, we will.
All right. Now, looking at this nerfs, I'm looking at Sivir because I guess the other thing I could have mentioned about LCS is they were on the desk. I think it was either Saturday. It must have been Saturday because it was before any of the games, and they brought up a tier list, and they had Sivir as like a D tier champion.
And then everyone was playing Sivir, and it was like a hard push Sivir game.
I don't understand who was smoking what.
Blame Mark.
This is I've said this
Blame
to you a
Mark.
few times, like they on the dive and on other shows, they've just been saying some weird shit that just doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, you telling me Sivir? I don't know shit about this, and I
can
know
tell you
that Sivir is
was
OP.
At least an A tier champion. At the very least, an A tier champion.
I promise you, she's gonna be pick or ban this weekend. Like,
Oh, I
there's
believe
no
it. I
way.
believe it.
She's OP. She's very
She's
strong.
hella strong. Hella strong.
So yeah, looks like she's getting some hit with some nerfs. Yi getting hit with some nerfs. Thank God. Now I don't have to ban that fucking donkey.
Right.
Load of buffs. I haven't looked at these, but I do know they had mentioned they are buffing energy using champions. So that's why you see Akali, Lee Sin, Kennen, Shen, Zed. So why I don't know. I feel like champions that don't use mana, even if they have like a resource that refills, like is still they're way more OP than mana using champion. I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else before
let's do it.
before we're there. So yeah, let's get into it.
First.
Obviously, I didn't mention the skins. We are getting some monster tamers, Lulu and Veigar, and the Veigar skin actually looks pretty dope. But
I like the Lulu one. It's supposed to be like Ash and Pikachu. It's supposed to be
yeah,
Pokemon.
yeah, it's cool looking. But all right, champions. We'll start off with Akali. Akali is this. I kind of read through these briefly, so I'm going to tell you right now. There's all energy champions are getting a little bit of a change. So, when we read through everything, literally the blurb that they leave is the same for all energy champions on the patch. So, as a system, energy is intended to give champions spikes of power that fall off with extended combat times. Given the current state of the game and more extended fights, champions that use energy as a resource have found it more difficult to find success before their energy depletes. In Akali's case, we're slightly increasing the amount of energy she gains from her shroud to help her squeeze an additional ability or two per fight. So go ahead.
I'm pretty sure every energy champion, maybe not Kennen. Kennen doesn't have energy. Does he use energy?
He uses energy, but he doesn't have like a restoration that I can
Yeah, I was
think
gonna
of.
say every energy using champion except for Kennen, like, has a way to regain energy.
Right.
So I don't understand the like extended fights. They're
Like
struggling.
Your peace ins.
I don't know about that, dude.
If he doesn't blow you up, well, the thing with the energy based champions, a lot of them are almost assassin champions, sort of like a secondary style. Obviously, Akali is a primary assassin, but like Kennen could assassinate you with his with a full spell rotation, right? And similarly, Lee Sin could do the same thing. Although Lee Sin is a little bit more of a fighter. I don't, depending how you build him, he could be bruiser fighter, but he just pumps a massive amount of damage and kicks you away and then chases you with his Q. Like he has an execute of some sort.
I mean, I know because I'm just like in an extended fight because like pretty sure every time Lee uses an ability, if he auto attacks,
if he does the 2-hit passive, then he gets his energy back. If he doesn't do a 2-hit passive, he's fucked. And that's kind of it's not always that easy to hit the 2-hit passive, right?
I don't know about that, man. Q in, cripple, slow, and then auto attack. Because you get increased attack speed.
Right, but so okay, you just named off 3 skills, right? that's going to deplete his entire energy bar, and he's only going to
Wait,
get, I think, 30 from the path. Like, you have to spell weave with him. It's kind of difficult.
trying to look at these
It's not
abilities.
totally hard.
Yeah, I don't think it's as restore energy. The first attack restores 20, 30, 40 based on, and the second restores half. Okay. So, how much energy does this cost? 50 energy. Q. Okay. I don't think that. Okay, I guess Lee is probably like maybe, in my opinion, the one exception that just doesn't make sense. Like,
Yeah, because you have to. It's weird. You play him like a spellcaster, but you have to spell weave, and it's not always necessarily easy because people are trying to run the fuck away from Lee Sin. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna always be able to get all those attacks off. So I think that's what makes it a little bit more difficult. But he does have energy restoration. Akali's energy restorations on her Twilight Shroud, her W, and they're gonna give her. So it used to give you 80 energy throughout the entire increase there. It's gonna give you 100 for restoration and 100 on the increase when it's out. So. It's just going to allow her to use one or two more spells.
wait, so when she's sitting in the shroud, her energy, like base energy, just goes up by
Yes.
100? Okay,
Yes.
I never
Well,
knew that.
Yeah, while she's in the shroud, and I think she only has to enter it, and then I think it stays until the shroud leaves. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't play this champion, so I'm not
But
sure. All right. Moving on to Gwen. Q damage conversion decreased. Now, this is probably, at least in pro play, one of the most OP champions, top lane.
Yeah.
Q damage in center on her Q is getting reduced from 75% to 50% of damage dealt converted to true damage. So we're losing 25% on that center. All right, that's not bad. I think it's still, yeah, because I remember last 2 patches ago they changed it so it like executes minions. So the wave damage is still good, but it's just, she's so tanky with like the life drain with her passive, and then she just, I don't think she dies, and she's doing too much damage. So
She's disgusting. Even though she's been getting shit on in pro, somehow still disgusting everywhere else. So glad we're getting that out of there. Next up we have Callista, and this champion we know is a menace if she gets ahead and is useless if she gets behind. Callista's getting a base attack damage decrease by 3. She's oppressive as she should be, so I guess they're just saying that people are playing too much Callista, even though I'm not really seeing much of this champion. So
I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't know.
Let me see what the thing says, or the highlight. It must be for pro play. Yeah,
Has
it's
to
just
be.
for pro.
I'm not even seeing that much of her there either, but okay.
Callista Renata is like the top like combo.
Yeah.
Double dipping on the fucking max health damage or whatever the fuck.
Yes, on the passive and the 2 passives. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
All right.
All right, give me the next one.
Kennen W cooldown decreased early, magic damage increased, R ability power scaling increased, W electrical surge cooldown was 14 to 6 seconds. Now it is 13 to 6 seconds, so a little bit early. It's a little bit. It's up sooner at level 5. I don't know what I'm fucking saying. I'm drunk.
It's okay.
Because I'm like trying to think. I was like, fuck, do I max this first? No, you max this last. And then slicing maelstrom, magic damage per bolt. Everything is staying the same, 40 to 110 on the ranks, but it's only getting a 2.5% AP ratio increase. That is not a lot.
Yeah, it's not. It really isn't. So it's just a little bit, I think, to put him over the hump. Now, obviously, like I said, he doesn't have that energy increase ability part of his kit, or energy recharge is part of his kit. So what do you do to help a champion that doesn't have that? You give him a little bit more damage where he can blow people up and then run away when he doesn't have any energy left. So I guess is what you do. Peace in. All right, back to energy cost. I'm not going to read the blurb again. It says, in Lee Sin's case, we're slightly decreasing the energy he needs so that he has a bit more leeway to recast his spells during combos. So the Q, the W, and the E used to cost 30 energy apiece. They're only going to cost 25.
So looking at, again, based on level, he regains 20, 30, 40 on the first attack. And then the second attack, it's half of that amount. So early level, so it's like 1, 7, and 13 are those levels. So at level 1, he'll gain 20 back plus another 10, so 30. So early, he's going to be making up for the cost. It's going to be better. He's going to come out on top with the cost versus the energy like restoration. So that's pretty
Yeah.
good. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
So give me the next one, which is Leona.
Leona. Q mana cost decreased at all ranks. R crowd control duration increased. Okay. Q mana cost was 45 to 65. Now it is 35 to 55. 10 mana at all ranks. That's great. Solar flare stun and slow duration was 1.5 seconds. Now is 1.75 seconds. Quarter of a second. You might feel it. I always say like seconds feels like an eternity in League, especially like if you I always just compare it to like Zonia's like 2.5 seconds.
Right.
That feels like fucking forever. So I mean, quarter of a second.
A quarter of a second is a
might-
lot for like Leona too, because it's just gonna allow her to catch you just that much faster.
Plus, yeah, considering she has two other abilities that are hard CC. Like,
Also, considering this champion's basically useless in the current meta, this is nice to see. Could bring her back a little bit over Enchanters. I know they're really trying to push Enchanters out. It's been really fucking difficult. So this will be fun. I haven't played a whole lot of Leona, so this should be interesting.
mm-hmm.
All right, we'll move down to Lilia, and she's just getting a passive damage cap against monsters increase. So she used to do 4 to 100 monster damage cap on her passive. That was scaling levels 1 through 18. It's now 50 to 150, so it's just gonna help her clear a little bit faster later in the game. So she's gonna, I would expect her to be running around, bopping you guys on the head, and slapping you in the face with her little thingamajig or whatever it's called.
Her tree branch.
Yeah, that her. I call it the homeless sack because it looks like.
Oh my god, it does.
It looks like in a cartoon, you know, and they strap the stick with the little bag. It looks
Little
like she's hitting you with
fucking,
that.
bandana thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like.
All right, moving on to Master Yi. E cooldown no longer decreases with rank. Thank God. Cooldown was 18 to 14 seconds. Now it is 18 at all ranks. Great. I like it. I guess it's not too terrible because he still gets AD when it's on. What is it on cooldown or? Oh no, I guess it's. I have to look it up how it's worded. I think it's like when the ability's up, he gains AD, and then when it's active, it gains true damage.
Mhm.
But does both just disappear when it's on cooldown?
That's a good question.
If you understand what I'm saying, like
I think they pause. Or wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't.
because like it's like he gains true damage for like 4 seconds or something, and then let me see. Let me look at abilities. Okay.
No, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Yi is definitely still a strong champion, especially if you can't effectively stop him. He's still a pretty good champion to be playing. So I would recommend, even though he's getting nerfed, I think he's still good.
Also, considering that fucking everyone and their mother is still doing the fucking Sunfire, like, and then like I've just been seeing Bork Sunfire Yi, like
Ew.
that's still a thing.
Stop saying that right now.
Okay, active Master Yi empowers space attacks within the next 5 seconds to deal bonus true damage. It really doesn't give me any other details on the fucking LoL wiki. Oh, this is a waste of time. So I have no idea. Fucking dog shit. All right, whatever. We'll keep moving. Kiana.
Kiana. All right, guys. This is a champion I haven't seen a whole lot of lately. And the ones I have seen are fucking horrid. Kiana's getting a passive bonus attack damage scaling decrease, and the first strike bug is removed. So let's start with the passive Royal Privilege. It used to do 15 to 83, levels 1 through 18, plus 45% bonus AD, plus 30% AP scaling. You're going to keep the 15 to 83 base, but the AD scaling is going to go to 30% bonus AD with a 30% AP scaling. And the bug fix a bug where Kiana could apply an extra proc of her passive with first strike equipped. That's pretty fucking gross. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's actually disgusting. How is this champion not fucking OP like that then?
I mean, it's specifically for high elo, so I
Yeah,
Sure. I mean, I haven't seen this champion in pro play in a minute, and
same,
or in our game, so I don't know.
same,
All right,
same.
Rammus, our cooldown adjusted, base cast range increased, dash range growth increased, minimum and maximum dash speed increased. Okay.
Okay.
I have been seeing a lot of Rammus been in champion queue games, so we might be seeing some Rammus in pro. Let's see,
That would be pretty
cooldown
disgusting.
11 or excuse me, 110 to 80 seconds. This is all for his R. It's now 90 at all ranks. Base cast range going from 600 to 800. Dash range growth is or was 1.3. Now it is 1.5. Says note. This is how much the range will scale with movement speed. Okay. I'm assuming the 1.5 is per movement speed. I don't know. Dash.
Yeah, I would guess so. Yeah, it has to be.
And then minimum dash speed is going from 700 to 900, and then maximum dash speed is going from 1800 to 2000. So Ram is gonna be come fucking flying in, dude. I
Yeah,
like.
it's gonna be fucking slamming on your faces.
He's gonna say okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Rami. Now we got Shen, another energy champion. Shen is doing relatively okay in terms of energy efficiency, so we're just giving him a tiny buff to help him in the late game. The energy refunded upon dealing damage with the passive or the dash. It was 30, 35, and 40. It's now going to be 30, 40, and 50. So nothing too crazy, just a little bit of a bump to help him out. I don't think I've ever experienced an energy problem with Shen. I think I
Right.
experienced a cooldown problem before I experienced an energy problem. You know what I mean?
All right. Singed passive bonus movement speed increased per target cooldown decreased. Our bonus stats increased early.
Yeah.
Passive bonus movement speed was going from 20% to 25, and then the per target cooldown is going from 10 to 8 seconds. So that's you can draft around people like that, and you're zooming. Then our bonus stats was 20, 60, 100. Now it is 30, 65, and 100. We're gonna
All
see
right.
Singe mid again.
No, I think they think that he's not coming back since mid. They don't think. And you know what? If he does, I don't know what you do with this champion then. Like, if he comes back as Singe mid, what do you do? You just live with it?
I guess so.
Yeah, that's strange one. All right, let's move down to Sivir. This one is important because, as we mentioned at the top of the episode, this champion is strong, regardless of what the hell the analyst desk thinks. This champion is very strong. Put in the right team comp, and with people properly playing around her, she should be able to push anything she wants and pump out a massive amount of fucking AoE damage. It's actually fucking disgusting. So, quick basis. The attack damage growth is decreased. The E cooldown is increased at all ranks, and the R cooldown is increased at all ranks. She's still doing a ton of AoE damage, which is why they're doing this. Her base stats, so she used to get a 3.3 attack damage growth per level. It's now going to be just a flat 3, so taking away a third of that. Or I don't even know if it's a third. Just taking away 0.3. The spell shield cooldown was 22 to 14 based on level. It's now going to be 24 to 18. So a little bit higher earlier, doubly as high later. If that makes sense. It used to scale down 2 seconds at all ranks, and now it does not do that. So that's a big thing. Although I feel like her E is not as OP as I thought it would be. The amount of health it gives back is pretty little.
Yeah, it's lackluster.
It is. And so I don't. I guess that because it's a spell shield maybe, but I don't know. It only blocks one skill, and it's a very short window. So I don't know. I feel like they probably really didn't need to nerf that, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do, right? And then her ulti on the hunt cooldown was 100 to 70. It's now gonna be 120 to 80. So a little bit higher earlier, or a lot higher earlier, and just a little bit higher later. I don't think that's too big of a deal, honestly. That's just she can't use it quite as often, but 20 seconds here and there, I don't think it's really gonna hurt her early.
Nope. Right, moving on to Leah, who's another champion that's been terrorizing
Yeah.
pro play.
Yeah.
E cooldown increased at all ranks. R wall duration decreased. E Unraveled Earth cooldown was 16 to 12 seconds. Now it is 18 to 14 seconds. And Weaver's wall duration was 5 seconds. Now it is 4 seconds.
Okay. Nothing. I don't have anything else to add to
straightforward.
that, I guess. Yeah. Thrash. Here we go. Here we go. Thrash mains. It's not a huge buff, but it's something. It's something. Let me read the blurb just because I like Thrash. Like other engaged supports, Thrash has been struggling to capitalize on his ability to start fights, which really takes the death out of death sentence. We're lowering the cooldown and increasing the damage so that his hooks are a bit deadlier. The death sentence was cooldown 20 to 12. It's going to drop 1 second at all ranks to 19 to 11. And the magic damage, this is one they haven't touched on this thing in a long time. It was 80 to 240. It's not going to be 100 to 260. That 100 is a lot at level 2. 20 extra damage is a fuck ton of level 2, especially because nobody is going to be starting with MR bonuses besides the rune bonuses. If anyone tries to start something that's defensive, it's probably going to be Doran's Shield or Cloth Pots, which I haven't seen anybody do in a long time anyways, especially since the durability patch. So I think the 20 extra damage is a lot early. Couple that with Ignite Thresh, and it's pretty fucking disgusting.
What's his AP ratio on his Q? Hold on,
I think it's 100%.
I'm just looking. 50%.
Okay, it's 50%. Oh yeah, yeah. If it was 100, it'd be broken because of the souls.
Oh, it's okay. Right, the AP. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he scales armor and AP off of souls. But
This...
what's funny, just a side note, I was reading because I'm a part of the Thrash mains subreddit, and someone was saying, a really easy way to fix Thrash is just bump up what he gets from his souls, because he does feel not tanky enough and not enough damage, and utility's kind of lacking with the current meta of the game. Like if you bump one of those up, or you just bump up an extra quarter, because I think it gets 0.75 AP in armor per soul, if I remember correctly. So you bump that up to just a flat 1, and you might see him be a lot more relevant. So I was like, that's not a terrible thing, because it's not like Thresh does a fuck ton of damage to champions, That's not his MO. His MO is just to really start the fights, but he's got to do something, and with the durability upgrade, he didn't get anything out of that.
No, they changed it. It is 1.
Is it 1 now?
1, yeah. They changed it a while ago.
Maybe they said 1.25. They said something. I'd have to go find the post, but it was just basically about increasing that ratio. I haven't played Thresh in a hot minute because he's garbage right now. So I haven't.
Yeah, it was on 12.9. They bumped it up to 1 from 3/4. You know what, dude? How about this? Why don't we just make it fucking 5 for each soul?
Fuck it. It's a fucking field goal.
One-shotting people with death sentence. Have them fucking...
Okay, so like when he first came out, I think it was not the first season, but like the next season, I think AP Thresh was actually a thing, because the hook would, like Blitzcrank, the hook would just annihilate people. Just one-shotting people with Rabadons on that hook. Fucking disgusting. And Rod of Ages, of course, so.
Oh, rest in peace.
All right, let's move on to old Zeddy boy.
Last champion here on our list. E energy cost decrease, same thing as all the other ones. W living shadow spell mimic range 2,000 to no limit. Okay, That's actually kind of OP.
Yeah, that's really gross.
Wow. Wait, okay, now I need to see how long his shadow stays there. It's got to be like 4 seconds.
I think it's 4 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds.
Let me see. That's fucking wild.
That is crazy to be able to like just run wherever the fuck he wants. Now, his ulti drops a living shadow.
Yep.
Is that the same? Is that coded the same as this living shadow as the W?
I think. I mean,
or can you only jump to one and then to the other or whatever?
Well, I mean, remember this is just damage. You're not going to be able to. You still have to be within a range to W
true.
Back.
That's true.
This is like. I'm gonna W 4 year. I'm trying to find the fucking. It doesn't tell me how long they've been sitting there. Shadow Slash, no. Deathmark, no. It doesn't tell me how long. I'm gonna. Oh, there we go. Sorry, 5.25 seconds is how long the shadow stays.
I thought. Okay.
So I mean, you can just sit there and fucking. Wow, that's weird. That's interesting. I think that's a bigger buff than anything.
Yeah, you might be right, dude. That's a pretty big fucking deal if you ask me.
Because you're gonna throw a W out.
Right.
and an enemy's not going to be suspecting it, and then they're going to get fucking eat or a shuriken's getting thrown out of that shadow, and they're going to get killed. And then
Motherfucker.
the E shadow slash energy cost is getting reduced from 50 to 40.
From 50 to 40. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Let's look at some items here.
Items. All right. Here's one that needs a fucking nerf. Divine Sunderer. Now that the dust has settled from the Divine Sunderer changes on 12-13, it's still performing a bit stronger than we'd like it to. We're
Literally
opting...
could have told you that.
Yes. Yes. We're opting to decrease the amount of healing this item provides to bring it more in line with other mythic options. Spellblade heal was 65%. It's now going to go down to 55% of the pre-mitigation damage. Yada, yada, yada with the ranged and melee. Nothing's changing there, so I'm not going to read that again. You guys can read that later. It's too many numbers, too difficult to explain to you, so... I think the point that we're driving home is losing 10% of the pre-mitigation damage heal, so...
Yeah, right. Which, I mean, we're seeing, at least in Pro, I was seeing Sunderer like Olaf, which feels a little weird. Sunderer just like...
I mean, I could see why he would use a Sheen item.
Sure.
Sheen item, that makes sense, but yes, I don't know about Sunderer, dude. He shouldn't be able to use that and do well. I mean, that champion should be pretty much landlocked into like Gore Drinker or Stride Breaker or something of that nature. I mean, for him, Gore Drinker makes... obviously the most sense with how his kit works, but
it's also just like what happened. Trinity Force is just dead again.
Yep.
Remember when everyone was using Sunderer instead of Trinity Force?
Yep, and then they buffed Trinity Force, and then all the Sunder champions were using Trinity Force, and they said, fuck, let's go back to Sunder. I like the penetration and the heal.
All right,
Disgusting.
moving on to Mercurial Scimitar.
One of my favorite items that I've been using a lot of lately.
I'll talk about Silver Mirror Dawn because it's very similar.
Yes.
Magic resist is getting increased from 30 to 40, and the Quicksilver active duration is going from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. Silver Mirror Dawn, which, to be honest, I feel like a lot of people have no idea this item is in the game.
Right.
Maybe it's just an ARAM item or something. I don't fucking know, but same thing. It's just more of a bruiser item because Mercurial gives crit, right? And then this one is just gives you stats, right? Or is it just magic resist? Does it give you... Let me actually look at the...
It gives you stats. It's just like a bruiser version of Scimitar.
Yeah, okay, there you go. It gives you health and magic resist, okay.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, hey, you're a tank and you need something, or like you're a bruiser and like you don't really need damage, but you need some health. You can still get a QSS, and like those champions don't use crit, so like Scimitar obviously gives you crit. Silvermere's like, well, dude, you're not using crit. That's not the point for building this item. So
yeah, magic resist 35 to 40. Quicksilver active bonus stats was 40% tenacity and 40% slow resist. Now it is 50% tenacity and 50% slow resist. So I guess my only issue with this item is if it's a bruiser item, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like bruisers don't need to use the Quicksilver. Like they're,
I can see that.
I feel like if the enemy team is good, they want to use their CC on the carries. They shouldn't be blowing, because if I'm a bruiser, I'm gonna have Legend Tenacity. I'm gonna have Merc Treads. I'm gonna have maybe not conditioning. What's the tenacity in the green tree? That the lower HP you have, the more tenacity you have. Why would I build this?
Yeah.
I feel like Maw of Malmortius is just so much better for a bruiser.
I think you're probably right, realistically. I think you're right.
Plus, let's see, what does Maw give you? Yeah, attack damage, ability haste, and 10 more magic resist. You lose the HP, but I mean, how many other fucking items give HP in this game?
Right. Every other fucking item gives you HP.
Plus, this is 4080. Okay. I don't know. I just never see anybody.
You don't.
I never see this item.
You don't see anybody. That's the thing, is you're 100% right. You don't see anybody using that fucking item. And, yeah, it's kind of a problem. I don't know.
All right. Oh, here we go. First strike.
First Strike, baby. First Strike has risen to prominence as the go-to choice for burst champions in the current meta. We are reining in a bit of its burst potential, which should also decrease the amount of gold this rune can generate. So you got 10% bonus true damage. You're now only getting 9% bonus true damage.
I've
That's it.
I've been seeing. I don't know if you've noticed it, but like all Lucians are taking
Yes.
this. Just to
That's because he starts the fight, right? Like Lucian, much like a Kha'Zix or a Rengar, like probably shouldn't be getting attacked before he's fighting. If it's a fight on his terms that he wants to take, Lucian's starting the fight with a Q and then maybe a W and an E or something like that. But like
say he can weave so many. He can Q,
yes, he's
passive
very
auto
good at spell
attack,
weaving.
E passive auto attack, W passive auto attack. He can just do that quick burst,
Right.
get all that extra damage and the gold from the damage. So
Yep.
I mean, they should
Yep.
nerf it. Does it not? Is it not? I thought it was different for. I guess
It's different for
the
range
gold.
and melee.
The gold gen is different for
Yes,
ranged and melee,
yes,
but the true damage isn't. Got it.
Right.
Maybe that needs to be changed next. I bet if they change it again, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make
Probably.
it weaker for ranged.
Probably.
That's
Beyond
it.
that, that's all all really the game systems. I mean, it's Ultimate Spellbook's in here. Don't give a shit. That game mode blows cheeks. There is one thing I wanted to note. For those in case you forgot, the RP price increase goes into effect August 19th Pacific time. So I assume that means midnight on August 19th in Pacific time region. You will see RP and TFT coin prices increase in most regions.
Woo.
Beyond that, I'm just looking at the bug fixes. Is there anything else?
Competitive. Wait, what are these competitive systems? Having a pre-made duo is a slight advantage, and while current Apex tier players aren't
Masters
able to
challenge.
duo with anyone, the system
Yeah.
only works off current rank. With this change, we're tightening up. Okay, the goal.
That's
Okay, so this is
top
just for
level
high
people.
elo.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess the only other thing I wanted to mention was the Star Guardian event is still bugged, and
Still garbage.
so it hasn't even. This is the wild thing. It has not been officially announced on any English speaking league like socials, but like there was someone on the subreddit, maybe I can find this really quick, posted a tweet from a Brazilian like lol account, like official lol account, was saying that to make up for the issues, so apparently your points and stuff are still being recorded, they're just not appearing. That's what I've heard. So whenever it's fixed, it should literally just dump everything into it, which if that's true, I'm totally fine with that. They are extending the event by like 2 or 3 days, and then the same thing for the, you have like, up until this date to use your coins or whatever.
Yeah.
I think they're extending that by a few days too. And we should be getting the generic, for any problems, here's a one-time mission for like 6 coins or whatever. It's not worth it. I don't know. It's just this makes me nervous, and we don't need to talk about it because we've been bitching about this event for I don't even know how many fucking episodes now, but this
Too
makes
many
me
episodes
nervous.
because it's fucking
Right, exactly.
garbage.
I'm just nervous that the Worlds event is going to be even fucking worse.
Yeah, you might be right.
Granted, there's probably not going to be like a narrative like Star Guardian, but I'm just man,
You could definitely be right there.
I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Questions or poll? Got anything? I guess we didn't ask anything about Udyr.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's a great question. How do you guys feel about the new deer?
Yeah,
drop? That's a good question.
We talked
And
about it on
then-
Monday, so we didn't ask a question.
Yeah, and then we'll poll wise. Let's see. What can we say poll wise?
Do you just want to keep it Udyr themed and be like, what's with all the skin reworks? What's the best
yeah,
Udyr
yeah.
skin? I don't know. It's
That's not a bad idea.
Primal,
I'm not
Black
against that.
Belt, Spirit Guard. What's the water one? Dragon Oracle.
Yeah, I'm not against that.
Dude, definitely not Udyr. Have you seen that?
Definitely not do deer.
Yeah, with when he changes his stances, the fucking boar. I can't remember what anime it is, but like there's a boar face like that just looks so ridiculous, and he looks fucking ridiculous. Let me see if I can bring this up really quick, and then we'll let you
Yeah.
guys go. But Definitely not Udyr.
I have
News.
not seen that, so that sounds pretty fucking funny.
It's like let me see. Spotlight. 2 seconds. Definitely not Udyr. I will send this to you really quick too, so you can watch along. And of course, it sent me the fucking old one. Come on, Skin.
Come on, Skinny.
Skin Spotlight. Hold on. Yeah, I always like this guy's fucking YouTube channel, but why am I bringing up the old one? 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Oh, I'm all out of seconds, baby. No.
Here we go. I will send you this. If you go to 45 seconds. So when you start changing your stances, you're gonna see the fucking W. Looks incredible, dude.
Wait, hold on. What is that fucking? Is that Rocksteady or whatever? Or is it? Looks like the Ninja Turtles fucking.
The only reason
I don't remember which one's which. But yeah, the turtle with the mohawk. Is that Bebop or Bebop or Rocksteady? What the fuck?
The anime is called Inosuke.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, Inosuke. Yeah.
You know exactly what. That's totally what that is.
Yep. Okay, that makes more sense. That's hella funny.
It looks great.
That's a good skin. It's a great skin.
I really did not like that skin prior, but now it's way better.
It is. I just want to go back and look at the Volibear one's pretty good too.
All right, guys. Yeah, we'll be back on Friday for champion review, of course, and good luck on this patch, and we'll see you then.
Yep. Later, y'all.